There is nothing like Vault Festival.
It has to carry on. It just has to.
It can't go. It can't. I'm sorry. It's like a huge... It's like losing Glastonbury.
Well, it can't not happen, right?
It's an establishment that needs to stick around and grow.
Well, I think at the moment it's like one of the most accessible ways into theatre for sort of like young emerging creatives.
Totally essential.
If it goes, it's not going to be replaced by anything more accessible.
It would be a devastating hit to the industry.
I think you would lose a lot of early career artists. You would find that people don't have a space to take their work to. And without that, there is no career progression.
Because it's driven by and for artists and by and for creatives rather than for profit, rather than to kind of fulfill a whim or a trend.
We need to save the vault because we need local theatre festivals with underground shows and not just kind of giving into the corporate cycle of all these different shows.
Especially the way the Fringe is going and it being like so much more focused around markets and products and like production and big production and money.
And there's not as many entry opportunities for emerging artists, mid-career artists.
I wouldn't have been putting this play on this year had Vault Festival not existed.
And so therefore, I think it's really imperative that we have spaces for people to be able to try new things, take risks and connect with their local audience and be part of their community.
And I just think where is the room for like fringe experimental work in an industry that is so increasingly driven by markets? Where is the space to just play? And Vault has really given us that and we are so grateful for that, and it just can't go.
Well, it has to happen, you know, it can't die with the space, it has to find a new life.
I think, the spirit of a festival isn't necessarily the building, and I kind of think it's a real shame if that's lost. So I think somewhere that is innovative in giving performers and creatives platforms to do their work, that's quite hard to find places like that. So it's really important it's allowed to continue.
The opportunity for a new venue presents different ways of thinking about how we can put on theatre in different kind of spaces as well, and the different kind of shows that will bring.
I really do believe that we have to do everything we can to save it and the arts in general.
We've had a 5-star review, 60 people in the audience every night. We've had reviewers, we've had venues. That support for our career is something that we've never had before. So without it, you're losing all those people that can get from early careers to mid-career.
It's right in the centre of London, so it's accessible both for audiences and for producers. And if it wasn't to be here next year, there'll be a lot of creative people with nowhere to go.
I couldn't really imagine the way I develop work without somewhere like Vault as a showcase, and it's given me so much in the past few years. I want to get more out of it, and I want other artists too as well.
Having a new space will encourage that even further.
And so hopefully we can get an even bigger venue and grow through the challenge of finding a new space. But I think it's definitely something that we can't let go of.
And it needs to be safe.
But it needs an audience, it needs people, and it needs to give opportunities, as it has done for years, to others.
During the pandemic, the arts are what kept us all sane, in our homes. And so this is where all of this starts. So long live the arts, and this is how it's going to carry on.
Save Vault!
Save Vault!
Save Vault!
Save Vault!
Save Vault!
Save Vault!